And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at Dominations Hegemon, one of the 4 expansions for Dominations, which is a game I love. Civilization building game, fairly abstracted, but a lot of fun, interesting choices. This is my second favorite of the 4 different expansions, but it is easily the one I think that changes the game the most. This takes out the objective cards and adds in these mini objectives that you're trying to do to appeal to the hegemon, trying to make one person happy. It basically changes a core part of the game, but not for the worst. Let me show you. There are 2 parts to this expansion. So first of all, you no longer need the objective cards. Get rid of those. Instead, you have these 5 quote-unquote piles of cards that you'll be picking from. Actually, these 2 are always the same, and you'll just stick both of these up here behind everything else. And then this city pile, you'll shuffle and put one of these up here, putting the rest here for now. These 2 tiles you'll shuffle and put up here, and then you'll shuffle these and put these up here. And the way these work is at the end of each age, you're going to look at each of these. And whoever's built the most monument cards gets 10 points. Whoever's the most influence gets 10 points. And then each other one is going to change. Those 2 are always the same. This one's always going to be whoever has the most nodes of that color, so it's orange. Whoever has the most advanced mastery cards. The other choice would be basic mastery cards. Here, the most non-adjacent cities, but it could also be adjacent cities. It could also be city levels or just the most cities in general. Whoever has the most gets 10 points. When that's done, these all get shuffled, and you can pick another one. It could be the same one again after shuffling. And then that's it. The other part of this game is the omens. Now, whenever somebody finishes a lotus in the city, or the civilization, or whatever it is, you draw one of these cards. Many times they're good. These stay in play. I just put it here. At the start of each person's turn, they gain a blue resource. Yay! Or a purple resource. There's a lot like that. Or during their build phase, a player can do a monument construction action on top of their normal action. Woohoo! But they're not all good. Sometimes they're bad. Building a city costs an extra knowledge. Ugh. At the start of your turn, you must lose a purple knowledge. If you can't, you lose a victory point. Building a monument costs an extra knowledge. Blah. So you can always build another locus just to change this if you want to. More importantly, this High Priest card that lets you draw 2 extra land tiles, she's gone. Now there's the Oracle. This says whenever you draw an omen card, you draw 2, you pick one, and the other goes to the bottom of the pile. If you're playing with omens, you're going to want the Oracle, because being able to look at 2 and pick which one goes up here, even if they're both bad, you can still pick the lesser of 2 evils. And that is what's in this expansion. Yeah, so basically this just adds the deck of omen cards. It adds this box here. This you gotta really use this box when you're playing with it. It has these tiles here, which are gonna get beat up a little bit because you're using them often enough. The symbologies on them is fine, although I had to keep looking up in here to remember what the city ones mean. I don't know that they're completely simple to understand, but the omen cards were pretty much straightforward, and everything fits inside this box when you're done. You just close it all up. That's it. This one probably has the least amount of contents of the different ones in the game. I don't mind getting rid of the objective cards. The objective cards are interesting. You know, you get it, and you're Chinese or Vikings, and really there's not a lot of difference between these. And these say, this is what you must do. You don't have to, but this is worth a lot of points, so you don't necessarily want to ignore those. This here says, hey, these are minor things that you might want to go for. They're 10 points if you do. If you don't, someone else gets them 10 points. Now, don't get me wrong, that's still pretty cool, but it might be have cities apart, and in the third round have cities connected. So there's that little bit of randomness. I don't think some people will enjoy that. But I think for the most part, this takes that focus away from following your objective card and opens it up to be a little more free form. I personally prefer that. I like the game to be a little bit more free form. My one small flaw, I think, with this is that one of these mini objectives is to have the most influence. having a lot of influence already scores you a pile of points every round. It also lets you get a technology that somebody else has. You can just basically absorb one. And now you also get 10 points. I don't know. I didn't feel like they needed it that much. I wouldn't have minded if that changed to something else, something different than the influence. That's the only minor thing that I would have a problem with this. As it is, I like it. I especially like the Omen cards. And that's a rarity for me because I usually dislike event cards. I think event cards add some randomness to the game, and this definitely does that. But because you have, especially, well, only in round era 2 and 3, but you have ways to mitigate that. There's a card out there I don't like, build a locust, get rid of it. There's a card out there that's helping someone else out more than me, build a locust, get rid of it. Or maybe don't build a locust because I want that card to stay out there. But then getting that seer, the prophetess, or the, oh man, I can't even remember the name of her now, but the blue card, or the purple card, which is the oracle. I don't know why I can't remember oracle. Getting the oracle is great. Being able to pick which of two things comes out is fantastic. And it makes fighting for that one a little bit more worthwhile when the Omen cards are in the game. So either way, I like this set a lot. Definitely one to check out. Dominations Hegemon. Dice Tower Judgment approved.